friends, Lissa here for another video. Today I want to share with you my delicious, beautiful dinner salad. I want to talk about this salad, about how to get enough nutrition, what you should be looking for, what this salad has, and how you can stay 80-10-10 while still enjoying a little bit of higher fat items like cashews, avocados, and things like that. So stay tuned for this one. So this salad is absolutely delicious. It smells amazing, it tastes amazing, and it's full of nutrition. If you guys want to know what's in this, it's 1 whole head of romaine lettuce, 3 cups of shredded cabbage, about 25 cherry tomatoes chopped up, 1 red bell pepper chopped, and 1 long English cucumber chopped. Now the dressing is cashew based, so I took some of my cashew sour cream, because when I make my cashew sour cream I use 1 cup of cashews and I soak those, and then I add apple cider vinegar, onion, and lemon juice, blend that, and I make enough from that 1 cup for 4 little containers. So each little container has approximately maybe a 1/4 cup worth of cashews in it, but because I use so much onion and water to make the cashew sour cream, I wasn't using a full 1/4 cup of sour cream for this recipe. The thing is, I used probably maybe 1/8 of a cup, like a very small amount, but because I've mixed it so well, it's coated almost everything in this bowl. And it took a lot of mixing to do so, but it worked. I added a little bit of coconut aminos, a little bit of the raw vegan sriracha sauce that I have. I added dried onions, garlic, dill and parsley, and a whole bunch of other herbs to this little jar that I had with about 1/8 of a cup of the cashew sour cream. I added water to help the herbs kind of expand. So I really wasn't using a lot of cashews, and it's mostly just like all the herbs and onion and good stuff like that. And so I entered all of this into Chronometer and was quite impressed with the nutrition content. There's almost 500 milligrams of calcium in this one salad, and I will eat this whole salad for dinner. There's about 500 calories in the entire thing with the dressing, and it comes out to be about 19% fats. I wanted to talk about this because we're always worried in the 80-10-10 community of always having or eating things low fat. Now, because this salad is 20% fats, approximately, that means that in order to bring my fat percentage down to 10% for the rest of the day, I would have needed to eat like a fruit-based breakfast with nothing else that's fat, like no greens, no nothing. And I do that normally on every single day. I don't ever have fats for breakfast or with my breakfast. And then lunch would be a no fat or an extremely low fat, just with like chia seeds or something like that for my lunch salad. That way I can get away with having a smaller amount of more fats with my dinner, help absorb the nutrients from the greens, and enjoy still an 80-10-10 style diet. Like if you're eating, this is what I had this morning, if you're eating melons, those are very extremely almost no fat. So you can eat those in the morning with other fruit and then have a lower fat lunch, and then you can enjoy this for dinner and still stay 80-10-10 because it's 80-10-10 for the day. And we don't have to always be so structured around the 10%. We don't always have to stay exactly 10%. Some days are going to be 15, some days are going to be 20, some days are going to be 5. It really depends. But overall, the 80-10-10 style, I believe, is more of an average every day. You're making improvements, you're changing things up, and you can still enjoy higher fat while staying 80-10-10. Now, this salad also has 12 milligrams of iron, which is really good considering I need 18 milligrams. 18 to 24 is average, but there's 12 in here, so I'm almost at my daily RDA for iron, and I can get the rest of that in lunch and breakfast. And then also, something that's very interesting, I was doing a little bit of research on the RDAs for fiber. Now, our ancestors ate a lot of fiber. The RDA right now for fiber is, in Canada, it's like 24 grams for women and like 38 grams for men, which is strange because we all have similar digestive tracts. Women maybe because we're smaller, not sure. But so it averages around 30. I know in the UK, the RDA over there is 30 grams a day for fiber, and I'm not sure what it is in the US. I think it's 31. This salad has 34 grams of fiber, and this is only one thing that I'm eating all day. Now, if you want to do a little research on our ancestors, I was reading an article in National Geographic that was stating the average fiber intake of our ancestors was around 104 grams a day. 104, and that's an average. So that means there were people who were getting more. And they discovered this by studying the remains of our ancestors to see what kind of foods they were eating, and they determined that it was around 104 grams a day. Now, as a raw vegan, I'm eating around 2,400 to 2,700 calories, and at around that, I can maybe get like 95 at the most. I've only ever gone over 100 grams of fiber when I hit 3,000 calories in a day. So we have to be eating a lot of food to get that. And the RDA is basically a bare minimum. There's definitely a lot of protein in this. I believe it's about 24 grams of protein. And the RDA for women is around 45 for me, for 45 grams of protein a day. So I've got more than half of my daily protein requirements in this salad. And the RDA for protein is actually set on the high end. So if people are wondering about that, we don't need to be doubling and tripling our protein requirements. We don't need it. When they set the RDA for protein, they set it on the highest end possible. So the majority of us, I think it's 97% from what I've read, 97% of us need less than the RDA. We don't actually need the RDA, but the RDA was set there so that people would aim to hit that higher end. We don't need it necessarily unless you are an athlete or like Olympic training, doing extremely heavy labor. You might need a little bit more. It's more like 1 gram per kilogram, which even then isn't even that much higher. So like around 60 to 70 max grams of protein a day. We don't need a lot, but there's about 24, 25 grams in this salad. So that's just one meal. Like I said, one meal. The calcium is very interesting as well, because I was doing some research on how much when I first went vegan to see how much I needed of certain nutrients to make sure I was getting enough. And I watched a Dr. Greger video, and he stated that we needed less calcium as vegans because we weren't leaching a lot of the calcium in our urine because of the acidity of eating the animal products. So we're using calcium to buffer that acidity. And it happens like in a nanosecond. Our blood wants to always be alkaline, and our body will buffer that with any excess calcium, and that gets filtered out through our body. So a lot of people who are eating animal products or excess calcium supplements find that their urine has a little bit higher calcium content because their body is just flushing it out. It's being used to help buffer the acidity. So vegans, because we don't eat animal products, and especially as raw vegans, because I eat very alkaline forming foods, I don't need as much calcium. And that's why in Chronometer, my calcium is set to 800 milligrams. Dr. Greger said that most vegans only need 600 to 800. Now, I don't remember which video that was. I tried looking for it and I can't remember. It was just something he said in one of the videos, just in reference, like really quickly. So I can't find that video again. I wish I could, but I always remembered that I wanted to stay between the 600 to 800 milligram mark for calcium. And this salad has 488 milligrams. So I'm doing quite well on this salad, and I love that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you got some ideas on what you can have for lunch. And if you liked the video, please click like and subscribe to my channel to get notifications for more. If you want some awesome raw vegan recipes just like this one, you can head down and grab my ebooks. They are all at this link right here. You can get print versions of my recipe books on Amazon as well. You can also head over to my website, rawfoodromance.com. I have links to all the books over there, as well as my blog page, which I'm going to be sharing more recipes, more blogs, more thoughts, more stuff. blah, 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 on that page. So you can head over there too if you want. You can find me most active on Instagram at Raw Food Romance. And then I'm over on Facebook at Lissa's Raw Food Romance, and on Snapchat, Lissa Raw Vegan. So until next video, guys, I'm gonna go enjoy my dinner.